Now, as you can see, my colleagues are very kindly helping in preparing the stage because we are moving from the keynote presentation to our first panel discussion of the day, Playing to Win in a Platform-Dominated Era. Introducing the panel speakers and moderating the panel is a familiar face, which I would like to welcome back on the stage. She is the head of marketing at RetailWire, Lavina Suthenthiran.
Thank you. Hi, everyone, again. I'd like to welcome to the stage Marcin Czyczerski, Frederik Ziser, and Charles Bernheim. Guys. To kick things off, can you each introduce yourselves and tell us a bit about your work in the platform space?
Okay, starting maybe with me, because I'm the closest to you. Regarding the topic of our discussion, I had the pleasure to, let's say, see marketplaces platform from these three perspectives. So I served 8 years as CEO and president of, among other, CCC Group. If you don't know the company, and you probably know Deichmann, it's like Central Eastern European Deichmann version, very, very large business, 3 billion euro. Now I serve in different supervisory boards, among the others also CCC Group, but also Veepee and Exotic. These are also big retail players in Central Eastern Europe. And I'm also advising different companies, I can say privately, but mostly through the advisory boutique GCG Partners. And we are helping company, among other, scale up at marketplaces and to go through different circumstances that are, let's say, challenging for them. So that's my perspective. Yeah.
Frederik, you can go next.
I continue. Good morning. My name is Frederik Ziser from Veepee. Veepee is a European leader in online shopping club and the inventor of online flash sales. My role is country manager for Germany, Austria, and Scandinavia, managing mainly the shopping clubs in Germany and Austria, and holding all the relationships to the brands from DACH and also Scandinavia. And that's why I'm super glad to be here on the stage today with you guys.
Thank you, Frederik. Charles.
Hello, everyone. I'm Charles Bernheim. I'm working for SellerX. You might not know SellerX yet, but you will know it more in the future. Our vision is to build iconic brands, found everywhere, loved every day. Currently, we have 20 brands. We sell in Europe, in US. We have around 20,000 products, and we have several hundred millions of turnovers. We started a few years ago, 5 years ago, and we have currently 500 employees. We are selling in 10 different countries and 10 different marketplaces. Happy to be here today with you.
Thank you, guys. The first question is, platforms are new gatekeepers. Amazon, TikTok, Zalando, Veepee. They accommodate consumer discovery, traffic, and even margin. The question is, compete, collaborate, or both? I'll go to you, Frederik.
I guess you mentioned my company, so I can maybe start. For us, being a platform, we have some fundamental elements what are really important to us. And one is, for instance, that we are a closed shopping club. So it means that members have to register to see the offer we are displaying every single day. And then you mentioned some keywords what are important to us. For instance, traffic. We have up to 3 million unique visitors every single day across Europe. And on the other hand side, and we do it even Google free. This is very important. So we are disconnected from Google and we have only organic logged traffic every single day. So up to 3 million visitors. And on the other hand side, we have 22,000 campaigns running over the year. And they're driving consumer strengths. Of course, a very important element is hyper-personalization to drive the members who are coming every day to the offer, to the brands they're interested in. And that's what is very important to us. And about the question of collaboration, collaboration is very important for Veepee. And we collaborate only with brands themselves. So we are not connecting, for instance, retailers to our platform. We only open this to our brand partners. That's why our marketplace is even called the Brands Place. It's only for brands.
From my perspective as brand builder, we collaborate with all the platforms. What we really like are retailers that also build their own marketplaces. As a result, we can sell on their marketplaces, and when there is a good fit, then we can enter the retail space. So we always give feedback on, what is the brand experience to sell on Amazon, on eBay, on Bol, on Allegro.
So from my perspective, it is more complicated and multidimensional because being, let's say, like we discussed, we have in footwear 40-50% of the market in Poland. Yes? So we call it competition. So we are a strong competitor and strong partner for the same platforms, and we know each other with Allegro, with Zalando, and let's say we are competitors, and we compete strongly because it is how you compete in Poland. But on the other hand, we have so many mutual projects with InPost, with Allegro. We know where Allegro, for example, is stronger in which client areas. So we use them also as platform and partners. So many aspects, and the most important, I believe, in Poland, additionally, you would see such an Allegro as also regulator. So what Allegro decides to do with merchants becomes a standard then for the market. So it's additional aspect in that.
So 3 different angles there. So what's the one misconception about winning on retail platforms that you think actually holds brands back? I'll go to you, Frederik, with the brands background.
Maybe specifically on the platform Veepee. Veepee is showcasing brands in an inspiring environment with very attractive prices. So we apply discounts on brand products, and this is a misconception sometimes that this might be not ideally to the brands being positioned with prices. Never mind, with Veepee we found a way to clear overstocks of brands without damaging the brand image. Even in the meantime, with the brand environment we are working and presenting to our member base, it can be interesting for brands to be on Veepee and to be showcased between these brands in a very powerful and inspiring creative platform.
Thank you.
From my point of view, going into a new marketplace, when I speak to other brands, some of them are saying, yeah, but it will damage my brand equity. I will not control the brand story. It was true maybe a few years ago, but now on most of the marketplaces, such as Amazon, such as Walmart or Bol, as a brand owner, you can really create your own detail page, put the pictures you want, put some videos, create an on-site store, and therefore control your image. If you don't do that, some reseller of your brands will do it for you with a worse customer experience. This just happened to us when we launched Allegro a few months ago, when I discovered that one of my brands called Navaris was already on Allegro in the Polish e-commerce website with a poor customer experience. I was like, oh my God, it's good that we are starting now Allegro and that we control the customer experience with the right pictures, with the right text, and with the right price. That's why it's so key to be omni-channel and to control most of the distribution channels.
Marcin.
So, yeah, I would agree with what you said. We have also a similar discussion in CC to launch or not to launch our sales on Allegro, and then a guy from our board said, guys, but we're already there. We have 100,000 offers with our products in Allegro, let's do that properly. But from my perspective, I would add something. With the company I also run in that group, Modivo, we were also marketplace. So we are the second biggest fashion marketplace in Poland, Modivo. And the misconception is on the other side that launching marketplace or being launched a marketplace is easy. And I know a lot of advisors like McKinsey's, BCG's, and Bain's of this world, and they are, let's say, advising to launch marketplace almost all big companies, and it's really not easy. I remember what a garbage we have as we simply added offer of thousands of different merchants who are much smarter than we were, and it was really a disaster. So it's not easy to be a good marketplace. Yeah?
Okay. So platforms promise to open new opportunities, but what's one significant challenge or constraint they impose on brands and retailers? And Charles, I'll go to you for that one first.
Yes. So I love, my mission for my company is to be found everywhere. And I dream to be able to sell my products on all the marketplaces of the world. Unfortunately, we have some constraint. We do not have endless employees and time. And therefore, one thing that is holding us back is the technical complexity to launch on a marketplace. And there are three. The first one is the marketplace is in a new country that we are not selling in? If yes, then it means additional tax returns, additional new law to look after that we might not know. Second is, do we need to split our stock? And this is a very important question for us, because what we love is to have one stock. For instance, when we're in Europe, we have one fulfillment center in Germany, and then we want to be able to have one unit that is sold in all the different European marketplaces. If we can do that, it's easy. And the third part to launch a new marketplace that we are looking at is the technical integration, which with API. How do we connect our system with the marketplace? If it's easy, we do it. If it's difficult, then we don't do.
Frederik.
Maybe besides those technical challenges, I can confirm when I listen to our brand partners, there's another topic about the control of the brand equity. As in the meantime, not only brands are operating on platforms, also retailers are connecting to other platforms and marketplaces, so that it might happen that brands need to compete with their own products. And this is at Veepee something we clearly avoid by only working with brands themselves to really protect in this closed environment and to keep the full control of the brand in the hands of the brand partners. It's super crucial.
From my perspective, I always admire Polish Allegro because as far as I know, it has the highest SLAs for delivery, experience, promise, and customer services. And the constraints which all brands have who are not at Allegro yet, so launching that cross-border is how challenging is that. I remember myself launching our offer on Allegro, being positioned in Poland as the best in class regarding operations. So for us, it's a standard to deliver in 12 hours in cities, in 2 hours. It's how the company worked, at least. And with Allegro, we have our account almost banned because the fact on Allegro, crucial is delivery promise. If you promise that on Tuesday, it has to be on Tuesday. If it's on Wednesday and it happens again, you are blocked, And the same with customer service. So challenging and constraint might be technical on employee basis and so on, but the challenge is at the SLA of these platforms.
What is one platform strategy that you tried that didn't go to plan, and what did you do? What did you learn from it? Any kind of advice that you have to give to the audience?
I would say the key answer is to be prepared and differentiate. So different platforms, different markets, and I wouldn't say that I have a lot of strategies that failed, but not in that area. But on operational level, what was surprising that our winning product mix, winning in Central Eastern Europe, Poland, Romania, was a disaster in Germany. So as we were strong in women's clothes and also that we've seen on Zalando that we can have like 90% of return rates on a couple of categories, and with let's say deep minus. So adjustment to the local conditions regarding product, customers, but also other requirements is crucial, and it is quite obvious, but I've seen that many times how company failed to deliver this differentiation and adjustment.
First, I want to say innovation is really at the core of the Veepee DNA, And innovation always leads to failure, because we only know the great examples of big innovations, and we rarely talk about those many tries where somebody is failing and not making a big new innovation. That's why it's very important to anyway go for it, try out, learn, test, and adjust. To give a concrete example, with Veepee, it's also about a market. In 2011, in a joint venture with American Express, Veepee was entering the US market. It has been a very interesting, super valid business case. Never mind, due to some market realities, market complexities, also in terms of how they're operating with pricing. It was in the end not very successful, or would have been a super long time to break even this business case, so that after 3 years Veepee decided to disconnect again from the US market. And the learning is focus on the strengths, being able to also return decisions, learn from them, and focus on a sustainable growth in the areas we are strong at.
The long game.
So from my point of view, one thing that didn't work the first time was to launch TikTok Shop in the US. Why? So we have awesome products. We are really good at creating awesome detail pages, good videos, and we thought, okay, let's go on TikTok Shop, create awesome videos, and customers are going to buy them. Our videos are going to be viral. Our products are awesome. We know really well how to sell our products. So we tried. But unfortunately, our video didn't went viral because we are not good TikTok shop and TikTok influencers at the end. We are great at creating products and brands, but we are not good at creating TikTok videos. It was a complete fail, and then what we did is that we pivoted, and now we are working with influencer or platforms that give us access to thousands of micro-influencers. One of them is OK AI, if you know it. And they create the video for us. They are much more funny, much more impactful, and know how to work with TikTok. And when we see that a video is trending, then our job is to take this video and then to push it across different advertising channels to have the flywheel effect. I know we have one brand called Rhino USA in USA, and that is super successful. So more than 500 million impressions just year to date. So social commerce is coming, and it's super interesting to see.
Thank you, Sue. How do you balance the need for speed and innovation against the risk of failure and fast-moving platforms? Charles, you can take that one first.
Yes. So every platform that we are working with is coming almost every month with new innovation. And they are telling us, yeah, please try that. I don't know. We have a new detail page. We have a new advertising platform. We just launched a new fulfillment center. You need to try. What we love is to try, and we love to try fast and fail fast. However, we do it when it's for free, and when it's expensive, then we always think twice. That will be my answer. If it's for free and it's coming from the platform and it's subsidized by the platform, we do.
Maybe first we need to acknowledge that this balance is super crucial and important, because it's really a priority also for Veepee, and we balance between mid-long-term plans. For instance, we are successfully completing our 3 years plan right now. We are on it to write a new one for the next 3 years. And this is a long-term vision, long-term direction, what is given. But then also we need to find ways in the daily operations to be agile, because 3 years plan is not agile. And that's why we put quarterly objectives and key results to really react on the market needs and to go into the detail, what do we really need to do right now. And also there, sometimes we make it, sometimes we fail, and every single quarter we can adjust and slightly turn the direction so that we are coming closer to, again, successfully complete the next 3 years.
I believe you have to be fast and robust in the same time. I learned from my colleague from the board, who was responsible in Polish banks. He's also a CEO of one of Polish banks for BLIK, the most important payment method in Poland, 70% of transaction. And he launched that, and he once said that to be effective, you have to define what's your core and protect that core and polish that core and be very careful with that core, not to fail there. And it's easy to forget that's the core. And then look a lot of spaces in which you can have capabilities and mindset to fail, to have as many tries as possible, and has such approach as guys just said. So they are smiling, talking about failures, yeah, and it's a very important mindset to be able to fail and move fast, yeah.
Yeah, that reflection is really important. So platforms often claim to be data-driven. How are you using technology or AI to overcome bottlenecks in forecasting, inventory, or personalization?
Yeah, so from my perspective, as I joined the CC company like 9 years ago, the most important factor was to start to be innovative, use data, and so on. So it's the way that the road is really long already to be there, and everybody's using something and so on. But from my perspective, something what I advising companies with which I work is to be focused on the most essential areas. So in retail, in fashion, the great majority of your cost is cost of goods sold. It's your product itself. It's discounts you take, and you have not too many, let's say, use cases that company launch something regarding collection, how they use AI data to improve collection and so on. They mostly do the customer service, operations, marketing mix and so on. And these are roughly like 20-30% of, let's say, of revenues. And the most important part are not touched yet, because I believe it's mostly in hands of people who are more art than science, and they're not so used to use data with that regard.
Thanks to the fact that Veepee is a fully closed shopping club, and the traffic we are generating is 100% locked and very qualitative, we can collect very large data with our members. And this allows us, thanks to AI and deep learning, for instance, in the pillar 1, to hyper-personalize the offers towards our members. I was talking about it already before. What is helping a lot to showing the relevant offer to the relevant member, what is highly increasing our conversion rate on site. A second one is in helping us on images, creating images, but also extracting information from images. And then the third is about forecasting, where also, of course, we are advancing, accelerating a lot. Why we are able to accelerate? Luckily, we have our internal, so all our tech capacities are in-house. We have the Veepee Tech, what is our tech organization, and with this, we are very agile to also adjust our priorities and react on the market needs, such as we all remember when the big AI hype entered our environment, and that's why we put it as a focus by day one.
So from my point of view, we are getting a lot of information from the different marketplaces that we are selling on. So for instance, on Amazon offers you, like new images that they can create automatically for you. They can offer you new detail page directly created. They take the picture of your product, and then they write for you the bullet points. They give you the forecasting as well, and they give you a price recommendation, and they tell you how much to spend on Amazon in terms of advertising. This is awesome. However, they want you to buy a lot of inventory. They want you to spend a lot of money on advertising, and they are not as granular as we can be. So that's one. Second is what we notice is that most of the platform tools are not as good as the dedicated tool. So for instance, the Amazon image creators is not as good as ChatGPT or Nano Banana. The same for automatic translation is not as good as DeepL. The forecasting tool is also not as granular as other forecasting tools in the market. So what we do is we collect the data from the different marketplace we are in, and then for the specific use cases, so image creation, detail page creation, forecasting and pricing, we have specific tools that we then use, and we are a bit more granular than the recommendation of the platform.
Maybe can I add 2 sentences, because we also there always talk about all the achievements, what we already do. We should also not forget it's just the beginning of AI. And even though we are all doing already good things, the job is not yet done, and we should keep the focus on keeping the pace, and it will accelerate even more.
He did warn me that he might jump in. What has been the toughest part about scaling platform models across geographies like UK and EU? Marcin.
If you allow, I would turn the question, because I'm really fan of observing what is happening to Polish market with all the entrances that happen on Polish market, not only Polish but also Central Eastern European, and I believe you know the brands like About You, yeah, like probably eBay or even Amazon. You might be smiling, but if you ask Polish people, not retailers, they should know these companies, they might say mostly, yeah, I've heard something about it. Yeah? Amazon, maybe I've heard about it. They all tried, but failed. And I believe this, what we discussed earlier, you have to be prepared. Yeah? You, from Polish perspective, you can't imagine that such Amazon is entering Poland without BLIK payment, 70% as said, yeah? Or launching Modivo in 2019. We've heard that we will have additional competitor, not only Zalando, but also About You. And then my colleague from board said, they launched it without InPost, without APMs. And we say, okay, forget about them. Yeah? And they really lost all what they pumped. And Amazon the same. Yeah? They started without BLIK and also InPost at the beginning didn't work. And you don't have the chance for the second impression. Yeah? So I believe what is working here works on the other side. If you don't understand your customer on other markets, if you don't understand the requirements of the platform, you will probably fail. Yeah, so simple as that.
On that note, how do you decide whether to enter new verticals or categories on platforms? Frederik.
With Veepee, we are already displaying a quite large category range. So, for instance, even though we are a fashion-first company and we came from only fashion, with the growth of the traffic we are generating every single day, it gave us the opportunity to enter additional markets, to even complete our footprint on fashion and lifestyle. That's why in the meantime, we also operate with brands in home and decoration, food and wine, travel and leisure, cosmetic, and even also very fastly growing in the sports industry. And that's why we are already having this quite large range. Yeah. And maybe there come more.
So for us, we look at 4 main criteria to decide to launch on a new platform. The first one is the platform fit, marketplace fit. So for instance, we have 2 sport brands, we launch them on Decathlon. We have a few brands that Temu wanted us to launch on, and we decided not to launch on Temu because it was not fitting the price point of our brands. So 1, marketplace fit. Second, the marketplace sizes. As it is expensive to launch a new marketplace, we do not launch on very small marketplaces. So we see if we can do a certain amount of absolute margin over a year on the marketplace by discussing with the marketplace partner to see, okay, how big is your marketplace? Third, as I was mentioning, do I need to split my stock or not? Do I need to send stock to the marketplace? If yes, we might not launch directly because it's too expensive to split the stock. And finally, as I was mentioning, the technical integration. Is it easy or not to connect our 20,000 product to the marketplace?
Yeah, sorry, are you connected that to each marketplace separately or through integrators?
So we do with integrators, and we work with Channel Engine on Akineo that then connect to the marketplace.
Yeah, so I would add a different name because giving you an advice, you shouldn't give advices, but Poland is all about 5, I would say, names which you might be familiar or not. Allegro we discussed, InPost, APMs, Base is Polish integrator, integrates everything with everything. Then this BLIK, 70% of payments, and PayPal, Polish Klarna doesn't exist at Polish market. And so adjustment of that is a recipe for success.
Exactly, and in Poland we just are on Allegro and Amazon, and will not integrate other marketplaces because it's too expensive to do so.
So I've got one more question before we go over to the audience for questions. Are platform retailer relationships evolving more towards collaboration or competition? And how does that impact brands? Frederik, I'll go to you for that one.
Could you once repeat? Sorry.
Yeah, sure. Are platform retailer relationships evolving more towards collaboration or competition? And how does that impact brands?
So for me, the collaboration is very important with the brands to really listen to them, what they need, and to find answers on their issues. And that's why we only collaborate with the brands themselves without connecting retailers to our. We don't work with them on the flash sales. We do not work with them on the connected business. The collaboration is very important, and it's important with our brand partners.
Yes, collaboration with marketplaces and platform to develop together an awesome customer experience.
Yeah, I would say the same, the collaboration. As I know, these platforms, they boards, they are very open to do strategic initiatives and conduct things. But on the other hand, being companies which have their own brands, as you, Charles, have, it's also being competitive with your D2C channels. Yeah? So I do not want to be, let's say, fully dependent on marketplaces, having like 1,000 stores or own strong e-commerce. I have to find the golden rules for channel mix, what to achieve with marketplaces, and it is mostly volume, and what to achieve with brand equity. I agree that you can build brand equity through marketplaces, but they are also, let's say, eating up the brand equity which we create. So, as said at the beginning, we try to collaborate, we try to be innovative through these partnerships with the most important players in Central Eastern Europe, but on the other hand, we love to compete with them.
Thank you. We have enough time now to go over to the audience, so if you've got a question, could you just raise your hand, please? If there's no questions, I have another question. Can you each share one piece of advice for anyone starting out in the platform space? And we'll start with you, Charles.
Yes, so I would say select wisely the marketplaces that you want to succeed on. It's a tough game, and what we have learned, so when we started the company SellerX, we say, okay, let's sell on as many platforms as we can, because every new platform are new customers in new geography. But what we realize is that in every marketplaces, there are some very specialized brands, very specialized resellers that own those marketplaces. So you need to be able to decide on which one you want to win and what is the best marketplace fit for your brands.
I couldn't agree more. So really finding platforms and partners who are putting your brand in the light it should be. And also with platforms who are partnering this way and where there's the trust to really animate the brand you want to have it, because branding is extremely and becoming even more extremely important in the future. And the second one, I guess you guys were talking about it, assign tech resources. We need to have the tech behind to be ready to plug and to also solve the technical part of the job.
Yeah, I also fully agree with you. And having my advice already in air, these 5 Polish brands and names, I would advise additionally on top of that to have a lunch or dinner with people from these companies. As I know them, they are all very open and give you the best way to have success in Central and Eastern Europe. I would strongly not recommend to not know them and try to be on their playground, yeah, because it is for the biggest, it is very expensive. And what you told with that AI is the only beginning. We do not know what will happen in 5 years, so I also strongly recommend to be more adjustable, flexible, open-minded, and look for possibilities, because it's the best approach. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to give you one more chance. Does anyone have a question?
It's too early.
Going once, going twice.
Much apparel.
Okay, thank you guys. Thank you.